Hey, hello, leaders. Welcome to Run to Your Leadership Challenges. I am Paul Grau Jr., and I'm the host of this show. And today I want to talk about accountability because I know accountability, a lot of people talk about accountability and a lot of people have accountability partners. And, that's fine and dandy. And this morning I was on a call with four of my buddies, and, you know, I said that my one friend asked me how he can hold me accountable because I told him a few things. I told him a few goals that I wanted to achieve over the next year. And he's like, "Hey, that's great, Paul." He's like, "How can we, as your buddies here that we meet once a week on Zoom, how can we hold you accountable?" And I thought about that and I'm like, that's a good question. Because how can somebody hold you accountable? Just think about that. If you have a goal and you are working to achieve a goal, how can somebody else hold you accountable? I mean, can they check on you? Can they ask you? Can they see? Can you prove that you're doing what you need to do to get those results? I mean, I think sometimes, yes, that is definitely possible. And if it was a monetary goal or if it was an achievement goal or something like that, definitely. But one of my goals was to, just it wasn't business. None of my goals over this next year are really business oriented. And I know that sounds weird because I have my own business and, you know, I love doing what I'm doing. But my goal for this next year is more um, family focused. And when I told my group these goals and they said, "Well, how can we hold you accountable?" I can't think of a way that they can hold me accountable. I said, basically, you could just keep asking me, keep reminding me if you want. And if you ask me, then it's up to me to really dive deep and think about it and be honest and have integrity and tell them yes or no. But if I say, no, I haven't really done it this week, what can they do to heighten the stakes, if you will? What can they do that will make me do it even more? I mean, these are my buddies. I've known them for probably 5 years now, over 5 years. And we meet every morning or every Thursday morning. And I mean, these are like brothers to me. So we're really close, but we don't see each other but maybe twice a year for a long weekend. And so, how can they hold me accountable? How can they heighten those stakes? I don't know. I really don't know. And it goes back to there's a book called The 12-Week Year by Brian Moran, and highly recommend this book, by the way. But this book is in the book, he says that nobody can truly hold anybody else accountable. He said it ultimately all comes down to you holding yourself accountable. And, so I brought that up to my group this morning and we all agreed that, it really does come down to that. It really does come down to holding yourself accountable. And I think how I can do that is just like I always preach on here about goals. Write your goals down, put them in a place where you can see them every single day, and work something into your schedule to make sure that you are taking the small baby steps, if you will, towards achieving that goal. And if you got a year long goal, I mean, what are some baby steps that you can do? I mean, that's a long time, right? To achieve something. So what can you do every day to inch closer to achieving what you want? And you could do the same thing with a 5-year goal, 10-year goal, 20-year goal. Ultimately, you look out 20 years and then just start looking back. Well, in 10 years, I got to be here. In 5 years, I got to be here. In 1 year, I got to be here. In 6 months, I better be right here to be on that trajectory to get to that 20-year goal. And, the basis of the 12-week year is you forecast out 12 weeks on where exactly you want to be. And then you break it up. You come back and you say, okay, at 6 weeks to get to that 12-week mark, in 6 weeks, I got to be here. In 3 weeks, I got to be here. In 1 week, at the end of this week, I got to be here. So it allows you to really capitalize on what you're doing every day, because ultimately you have daily goals and weekly goals, and those weekly goals put you right on track to accomplish that 12-week goal. And it's an amazing process. Highly recommend the book. If you search back in some of the earlier podcasts, I have a lot on goals, and maybe I'll do one on goals coming up in the near future. But again, this show is all about accountability, and I am a firm believer that accountability starts with you. You have to hold yourself accountable. No matter what it is that you're trying to do or trying to achieve or trying to accomplish, trying to complete, you have to want to do it, and then you have to hold yourself accountable. And, take for instance, one of my goals, it seems like always my goal is to eat healthy, lose weight, get in better shape. So if my goal is to lose 5 pounds this month, I should say, okay, I want to eat such and such calories a day, or I want to limit my carbs to this amount, or whatever kind of diet or eating plan that you're on. You have to do it. Now, when I was really getting strict on it and I was actually losing weight, I think that's the whole point of losing weight. You just got to stick to something for a long time. But when I was really strict and watching all my calories and watching everything that I ate, if I didn't meet my daily goal, I could not have a small bowl of ice cream at the end or after dinner. And so that kind of motivated me to, okay, so today, if I'm giving myself, 1,800, 2,000 calories a day, and I know that ice cream is going to be 250 calories right there, my goal for the day is to hit 1,500 calories so I can have my ice cream after dinner. And that's just one way. But anyway, ultimately, accountability comes down to you. So what are you going to do to hold yourself accountable? Hey, that's it for today. Hope you enjoyed this show. I'd love to invite you to subscribe and share this show with other people that you know, other leaders, friends, family members, whoever it is. Share it if you think it'll help them. And come on back tomorrow. Not sure what we're going to talk about tomorrow, but I can guarantee it's going to be good. Until tomorrow, run to your challenges. We'll see you.